Hi everyone. Are you a mom struggling with acceptance of your adult child's choices? That can be a tough one. Typically, that pretty much gets everybody's hand raised. For those of you that are new here to my channel, I just want to welcome you. My name is Sally Harris, and I'm a mom who walked a difficult road with my own daughter for over 10 years. And while her life spiraled out of control, so did mine. And I want to let you know that first and foremost here that there's no judgment. There's no judgment that you don't agree with your child and some of their choices. It can go anything from lifestyle choices to relationships, to drugs, to alcohol, to education, whether they're going to go to school or not. My point is, there may be an abundance of reasons and things that you disagree with your child, but at the end of the day, we have to accept their choices. However, we get to put boundaries around our own life on how we're going to handle that. So what I'm getting at here is we're talking about adult kids here, right? We're talking about adult sons or daughters that are living their own life. They're over 18. They are making their own choices. We all know that we don't have to agree. We can agree to disagree. We don't have to agree on absolutely everything to still be friends with people. It feels like nowadays that's getting less and less, but it doesn't have to be that way. And I just want you to know that it's okay that you don't agree with your adult child's choices. Just like they may not agree with some of yours, and that's okay too. But it's really respecting each other as humans, as we're going to have different choices. What happens is we cannot agree with something, or they could not agree with something with us, and then everything starts hitting the fan, right? Then it starts becoming more of an issue. Maybe they've estranged themselves from you. I hear that a lot. And I think a lot of these go against your values or even your expectations of them, maybe when they were growing up, or even just expectations of how you're treated. Maybe it's not even necessarily the decision that they made, but due to those decisions, or maybe even decisions that you're not even privy to. Things have happened and it's shifted. Their disrespect has increased and they're just not nice to you anymore. Or maybe they've asked for some time apart, or maybe they've just blocked you and you don't know why, right? So many of that it's so difficult. There's no way around that. It is a very difficult situation, but I want you to know that reframing your perspective of what's going on, assume good intent, right? I always want to assume good intent until I know otherwise. Because otherwise we're worrying about things that probably aren't even true. Cultivating that self-compassion for yourself, that self-care and loving yourself enough. And if you don't love yourself enough, then that's definitely the first place to start working on, right? You have to know that you're worthy of being treated with respect, whether that is your child or anyone else for that matter. So with all of these, obviously complex emotions are huge. There's so many different emotions as a mom that you go through when you're just trying to navigate the situation. So just remember that these are difficult circumstances. They're not going to be figured out in a day. And I encourage you to start journaling. I encourage you to start, if you're able to have an empowering discussion with your son or daughter, if they are talking to you, see if you can do that. See if you can, do some listening and try to hear where they're coming from. And hopefully, ideally, they would do the same for you. Unfortunately, many times that doesn't happen. So you have to make a decision. I have people that I've worked with that, have made a really good statement. She says, I've went along to get along for too long. I've went along to get along for too long. And that is huge clarity and an observation of her own being and her own thoughts. And I think it's genius that she realizes that, because that's something that, sometimes only you would know, because, I could work with you, but I don't know all the past, right? I only know what you're sharing. So it's interesting how people can come to their own conclusions over time and realize that, these complex emotions, and I need to put these boundaries up. I need to protect my own sanity, and I deserve to be treated with respect as well. We can agree to disagree, but at the end of the day, it doesn't mean we can't respect each other. So I hope that helps you today. And I just want you to know that if you are a mom dealing with, the guilt around maybe not being able to accept I do have my workshop coming up, and that is on Saturday the 25th at 11 a.m. Eastern. It's a workshop on mom guilt, and there's more information below in the description. You can click the link and get more information there. So hope to see you soon. Talk to you later.